What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer doing this Infernity deck profile today. I'm a huge fan of this deck, pretty happy with where I got things. Not great going second, of course, but this is a casual strategy, so when you play casual, it's all about like maximizing what the cool thing that you're doing does, and I think this does that super well. Normally able to eat up one negate, so, again, in that casual scene, that might be enough to get you through. We'll see. So I'll just gonna run through it here. I got two Danger Nessie, and I'll try to actually push all these dangers here to the front so you can get my full lineup. Hopefully these kind of come off the list. I would change it a little bit, although maybe not that much, to be honest with you. Running them at these kind of intervals is decent. I mean, it depends on how much you want to see them, but having dangers is just amazing because you can always do the discard draw effect. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to load up your graveyard until you eventually hit a Monster Reborn type of card, World Legacy Secession, Zero Max, all that kind of stuff is super duper good. So I got the two Danger Nessie, the two Danger Mothman. I don't know, I said that so wrong. Chupacabra and the Jackalope. So Chupacabra is really good because if you milled something like your Jackalope and this is the only card in your hand, you're going to be able to special summon this 3. So rank 3 is the most important rank in this deck, bar none. And it just so happens that all of these cards are rank 3s, like that kind of go into Cherubini. All the Infernity cards are big on the level 3 monsters, which certainly helps out huge. Necromancer's one of those. Wildcat is, and this is just kind of your draw, but we'll get into that in a second. Obviously, the one Infernity Archfiend. Truthfully, if I had, if this was at 3, I don't know if I'd play it at 3. I mean, you have a lot of ways to mill it. I don't know. It would at least be worth checking out. I don't understand why any of these cards are on the ban list, to be honest with you. It's so silly. This deck isn't that good. Stygian Street Patrol, obviously great discard fodder in the draw one. Being able to get something out of your hand if you're stuck. That's just absolutely sick because all of these are fiend monsters. Patriarch, part of your combos. I'll throw that down there. I run the 3 Bro. I think it's Brow, whatever you want to call it. Huntsman of the Dark World. So if you discard it with a danger, you're drawing 2 and getting a body on the board. That is just so good. I can't pass it up. So it's helped me so much. Getting in anywhere closer to these Monster Reborns, of course. The Infernity Wildcat's one of the searchers. Sometimes it's actually good if you have like a Necromancer in your starter. You can actually just pitch it. Special summon this, so you have a rank 3, which is really sick. And one danger actually ended up sneaking by. That's Tsuchinoko. This card can special summon itself when discarded. Another rank 3 play. So tons of ways to get to rank 3s, which is definitely the idea, no doubt. I run the 3 Tour Guy. This is the best play starter. I know it can be Ash. I know it can hit every hand trap, but you have to play. It's your best play starter. So what are you going to do? The Rhino obviously is going to be special summon off of it to, that way you can Foolish Burial both your Necromancer and your Archfiend with just 1 card combos. And the 3 Necromancers, this card is mega important. 2 Mirage, mostly because sometimes you're going to end up banishing it with Allure of Darkness. And also, if you need an extra extender, it's also there. 2 is perfect. I've run this card at 2 for all my decks. I think this is the right ratio. 2 Allure of Darkness. You don't want 3. You want as least chance as possible to draw into another Allure. I never like running this card at 3, but 2 is good. The 2 Zero Max. Honestly, you could probably run this at 1 since you can only activate 1 per turn. But this, this has to special summon basically a Necromancer in order to not, destroy a bunch of cards on the field, like your own cards. So the ratio kind of works for me. Some draw cards, Upstart Goblin, Dark World Dealings. If you draw a card and discard this, you get to draw 2. Sometimes you can discard Dangers to activate the effects that you want, so that's obviously pretty good. And another draw card here is Into the Void. Some more Monster Reborn cards here. Speaking of Monster Reborn, World Legacy Secession, Infernity Launcher. Truthfully, this would go to 0 if this was at 3. It's so stupid that this card is limited. It's like, why not just make this deck actually kind of viable? I don't know. But you're always going to search it out at some point. And this is the trap lineup I have. You can't run 5. It's way too bricky. But I have the Break. Being able to pop a card your opponent controls is actually super important to me instead of being able to negate. 2 Omni Negates, and then the Infernity Suppression helps as Anti-Nibiru. It can be activated the turn it's set as long as you have no cards in your hand, which of course the whole archetype is based off of. So that's why I have it like that. Alright, on to the extra deck here. I have Void Ogre, Spell and Trap Negate. This is an Omni Negate. All of these are so easy. All your synchro plays you will be able to go into whenever the heck you want. Number 62 Garth as part of your combo. Number 3 Cecidia, like I said, lots of rank 3s. Boral Sword Dragon helps you win a lot of games, of course. 2 Sarayuja, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Appaloosa, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, This is my favorite card in the deck, the Puzzle Mino, the drop and deleter. Being able to manipulate levels for general synchros is just stupid good, and it will always come up. This card works so well in this deck because Archfiend's 4, this is a 3. It's unreal, truthfully. And the Cherubini, of course, to get your play started. Onto the side, look, you don't have any room to side, to be honest with you. What I do, you want to really just take out like a suppression, maybe an Infernity break. Like, that's where you're probably going to go with this. Maybe you want to take out all 4 of these. It's not great, dude. It's not a good situation. So Super Poly is kind of your only option here. And you're going to have to take out maybe some of your draw cards, since you're technically getting an extra draw. That's kind of the idea behind it. Then I have all these cards, right, just Super Poly targets, and like specific ones too, against, matchups that people use, of course. So the Eldritch, the Mad Golden Lord, Mud Dragon's obviously pretty general. Solomon Great, Violet Chimera, good for casual, because a lot of people play that, because it's cheap. And Starving Venom Fusion. Everything else is just pretty general. Dark Rule and more to give yourself a chance against some decks. Cosmic Cyclone, and, Twin Twisters is pretty decent too, because discarding cards in this deck is pretty good for the most part. So yeah, that's the deck profile. I got a lot of videos coming up. I got Phantom Knights combo. I'm definitely going to be hitting that up eventually. I may even grab a combo from the Chalice Slime monthly. I'm not sure where I'm going to get it from. There's a lot of card announcements coming out. That'll come out at 9 tomorrow. So, be sure. We just hit 700 subs, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I'm going to do that again in the next video. But what the... I don't like to cuss on the channel, but that's insane, man. I know it seems like a small milestone to most people, but every milestone to me means so much. Because I remember staring at my phone, looking at 98 subscribers, barely any views. And I'm now hitting new highs this month. So none of this would be possible without you guys. I want to thank you guys so much. And I'm just going to keep grinding, man. We're going to keep getting there. No matter what, this has been an amazing journey. And I'm excited to move forward. But yeah, other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. And I'll see you guys next time.